She's quite sad at the moment. She overpaid for the sword. It only cost her a penny, but...
Yeah! Hey guys, and welcome to the shed, which is also a very much work in progress. So, I'm making something inside something that's not finished, just to be clear. So, whatever. So, I was thinking the other day, I'm going to be doing a cosplay, and I don't have a weapon. Now, the weapon that this character has, I don't know how entirely to make that, and it's a bit difficult. But I'm gonna be cosplaying that character on Sunday and would really like a weapon for them. So I thought, is there a weapon that's maybe not theirs but they're seen using, or would kind of make sense in a sort of way and people wouldn't disassociate it entirely? So the weapon I'm going to be making is Penny Polendina's sword. Now, I think I've got this to the right scale. I'll be honest, this was super difficult just to work out the scale of it. I first tried working it out and it was too big. Working out scale, I was like, that's not right, that can't be how big they are. So I did another lot of working it out and compared that to the length of my Jean sword and was like, yeah, that seems about right. It was just slightly shorter than my Jean sword and that seemed to be how I'd imagine the length would be. So I'm going to be trying to make this sword in a few days, so I'll get back to you when I have progress.
First, to start by drawing a line on the piece of wood and then cutting along that line with the jigsaw. Now I've moved on to sanding and I'm sanding it down to the line.
Hi guys, so I'm a bit annoyed with myself because I didn't notice something. So let me just show you something. This is the same as the original one I did. I'll just hold it so you can see it. Now can you see the problem with this? Because I sure as hell didn't when I was first doing it. Now I'll show you how it should, or is closer to more what it should look like. Can you see the difference? So if you can, you've got good eyesight, or you realise that that one was 7 centimetres too short. Because if I show you the end of that, that's not the end of the sword. That's not the end of the sword. No, 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 no. That isn't the end of the sword. In fact, where this colour stops here isn't the end of the sword. No, it's not the end of the sword. Drawn on this bit separately with a bit of pencil. Can you see? There, that's the end of the sword. Yeah. I cut it to here. The sword goes to here. Can you see the problem? So, how am I gonna try and just glue a bit on and make that work? No way, not a chance. And cause I'm lazy, last time this was 2 centimetres or 20 mil thick, the bit of wood I started with, and sanded it down to 15 or about 14, 15. Yeah, I'm lazy, so now I've got another bit of wood. This is 15 mil, so I'd have to do that again, and it's got a nicer edge already to start with. So basically I'm going to start again, which is really annoying, but the process up to that last point, other than getting the, tracing it on right, apart from that, everything else is the same. So, I will get back to you when I've got past the point that up at.
Okay, so here we go. So, as you can see, now when the other one's done, the difference, as in, that's what it's meant to be like. That's what I had. Big problem, because I wasn't going to stick a bit on there to make that work. So, this is what we have now. If I lay this down, I've drawn on the edge there and the centre line. So, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Hello. So, I'm inside now because my camera didn't like being outside for some reason. And yeah, it just went blur. The footage went blurry. I think you've probably seen that. So here's half of it done. So all I've done is sanded from the line in the middle to the line that I drew on the sides, like I will do with the other side. I figured out that bit there, so where it comes off here is where you need to go from there to get to a point. So then that gives you the look of the blade. Took me way longer than it should have done to figure that out, but whatever. So yeah, that's one half of what the blade will look like. And unlike Jean's blade, where it's on both sides, like Penny's doesn't have anything here. So that means I've literally just got to do this on that side, and that is then done. So I'll do that and then get back to you. Okay, so now I've done that, like I just would have shown you, I'm going to, so we've got these two bits to do, the middle bit and the top bit. Now that's going to be a bit more tricky, so I thought let's do this bit first. So what we got like a bit of something covering something else, and it does seem to be maybe oblong. Some people have done it as oblong, some do it circled. I think it maybe is more oblong, but doing that when I can do round things, I can deal with round things. So I was like, right, what can I do that's about that width? And I found this. It is an old handle for a mop. That was where the mop was attached until I broke it off because it was going to get chucked in the bin. And I was like, no, I will save you. So yeah, but that isn't that far off colour-wise to the middle bit, so I'm not going to change it. So, oh, there we go. Ta-da! Oh, see now if I look at that, I don't know if you can see that, it's got little dots in the side. That ain't gonna matter though. I mean, the end of it's being covered up by these bits. So, I'll get on and cut this down to start with. Okay guys, time for an update. So, yesterday I made this as a handle. Now, all I did was super glue some foam on and then cover it with aluminium tape, but it just doesn't look right in my opinion. I just don't like it. So, today I did this, which isn't perfectly finished because it's going to have another coat of spray paint on the edge bits, especially where I super glued it. So exactly the same. This is the same foam, and you can see a bit where paint's come off, which is going to get redone. I just spray painted the foam instead with some silver spray paint, and then glued the ends here and at the bottom here on together before shoving it on the pole, and then just slid it on. And then all I've done is here under these flat bits, I've just put a tiny bit of double-sided sticky tape on just to keep it flat and flush against it. But I'll spray paint a bit more on, and for the end all I've done is, because the 2p was about the right size, so I've drawn around a 2p and I'm going to stick that on like that, but that's going to be spray painted exactly the same colour, and because it's out of the same foam it shouldn't be noticeable. So I'll come back to you when I've got more progress with that. There we go. So that will be glued in there, but that just gives it the thickness so that this can be the inner tube of the sword, allowing it to hold together essentially. This is the literal backbone of the sword. So it'll be handle, circle thing, whatever you call that, because it's not a cross guard, I wouldn't really say, even though it kind of is. And then you'll have the blade attached here. Now I'm going to leave that to dry. Hi guys, and thank you for watching to the end of this video. Now, I realised when editing the video that I didn't really have an ending, and that I didn't show the sword in as good and explaining a few things, so I'm just going to quickly do that now. Okay, so starting at the end, the silver bit and all goes round to where you sand the line to, okay, if that wasn't made clear enough. This chalk pen was just drawn on with a ruler, and there's a little bit of black tape around there, and these just orange strips a bit that you see me stick on, plus black bits that stick on the top of there, and there seem to be about a line with that green to do that. Now, after because it's been through a few cons, there has been some paint coming off, but that's soon an easy fix. But what I will say is I didn't glue this middle bit, because after looking at more stuff, this didn't quite seem right. But, because really this bit should go inwards, not outwards. Okay, so you can see that goes outwards. In the real thing it goes inwards. And it has a light and everything. So, that obviously I didn't have time to do that. But if you want to do that, that's what you could do. Now, I didn't glue this as well, which now, after seeing other people's cosplays where they've been doing penny and had swords, a lot of them don't seem to take that into consideration at all anyway. So, theirs look very similar. So, I would recommend making sure that's glued, and I'll probably have to re-glue that bit. Have to re-glue that bit because it's not very sturdy. But yeah, everything else works out really well for how it does it. The paint doesn't actually come off that badly on there, and I would recommend, if you want to do this for, like I did as RWBY, or for when you're having a penny, I definitely recommend it. This would definitely not be any good though for the pennies that have, I can't hold it in the right place, have them like there coming off the back, because this is too heavy. You wouldn't stand it up on something like this. This is for mainly a use only, like RWBY has it. But yeah, so that is how I made Penny's sword. And I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. I had a lot of fun doing it, even though it was a very short make. So please give it a like. Leave a comment below in how much you enjoyed it, or if you have a go at making it yourself, or anyone, if you're just even interested in how to do a sword in general. And there's links there to all the other make videos that we've done thus far, and we will see you in another video. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and if you want to hear about when the latest videos come out, please hit the notification button. So, remember, we have a video every Wednesday, so we'll see you in the next video. Bye!